So how hard is it to make $5,000 a month on Etsy selling basic products like t-shirts, mugs, books that people say are impossible to sell now because they're too competitive? So we've got $1 million stores that are killing it with these products. But the question is, can a brand new store still do that today? So I get a lot of comments saying that it's not possible, it's a waste of time. I've heard this one before. The market's too saturated. As you can see, I get a lot of skeptics, but that actually got me curious. So I decided to set myself up for a challenge. I wanted to prove that these guys wrong, and plus, I've always preached that I love starting stores in saturated markets. So it's a good time to put my theory to the test. So 2 months ago, I quietly started an Etsy store and I created my first product, but we had a problem. My graphic designer just went on holiday. But this still needs to happen even though my design skills are very limited. So I figured the design needs to be really simple, maybe just a plain text without any fancy graphics. Let's see if that works. And that actually makes the challenge more challenging. So these are the rules I've set up. So number one, $0. I have to spend $0 to start the business. Number two, automated. It has to be fully automated, meaning I don't have to manually fulfill and ship every order to the customer. And number three, simple design. So I can only use simple text as the design. So I listed my first product on the next day and I made 2 sales in the first week. But the second week, I made around $300. A bit of progress, but after that, the sales quickly shot up. Also because it was shopping season and it just kept growing. And now it's making around $2,500 to $3,000 a week. Now keep in mind that this is revenue, but later in the video, I'm going to show you how much you can actually expect to profit from a product like this. So in this video, I want to show you how I do my research, how I found my product, and how to design, set up all the automations. And at the end of the video, I'll give you a pro tip on how to add a boost to your Etsy store to make it even more successful. But before I show you that, if you like ideas like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. So let's dive in. First step is to find a product that is proven to sell on Etsy. And there's actually an easy way to find out. You can simply go to Printify, click on bestsellers, and you got t-shirts, mugs, blankets, journals. And look, there's a reason why these products are marked as bestsellers. And that's because these are the products that get ordered the most on Printify. Now, the biggest mistake anyone can say is that these products are oversaturated. But for me, I like to think that saturation is proof of demand. And keep in mind, we are not actually selling the product, but we are selling the design. So these products are just the medium to sell our designs. So logically speaking, when you choose a medium, you don't want to experiment with a product like swimwear, for example, just because it has less competition on Etsy. But what you should do is find a product that is proven to sell and you play around with the design. And you want to create a design that triggers the emotion of a specific audience. So I decided to pick this journal as the product to sell, which is one of Printify's bestsellers. And I've got 2 reasons why I thought that this was a good idea. So first, journals have been around for quite a while and it's a proven product to sell. So second, I started this store in mid-November, so I figured most people buy their journals or planners between December and January. So timing-wise, perfect. And to further validate my idea, I went to Etsy and found this product that's actually doing almost $8,000 a month. And if you look closely, it's just a simple design that is printed on a journal. Keyword, simple. In fact, there are no graphics at all, just plain text. Because what's more important is actually the meaning of the text. Does it trigger any emotion to a specific audience? In this case, yes, it does. And this listing is proof that this works. Now, let's check Printify if they have this particular journal. So let's open up Printify catalog and search for a journal. All right, so we've got this journal right here. They've got the same size, same number of pages. Check. Now let's go back to Etsy and go a bit deeper. I want to go back to the store to see if they sell any other journals. So I'm going to click on the store here and run the Everbee Chrome extension. Okay, wow, you see here that they've got multiple variations of the same journal. And this one's even making $21,000 a month. That's crazy. So lesson learned here, take a proven product, create designs that cater to a specific audience. And that's what I did exactly with my product. And the next question becomes, how much can you actually make with the product like this? So let me show you the math. So if you see this journal here on Printify sells for $8.88, but if you have a Printify premium account, you'll save an additional 20% and your cost is going to be $6.84. Now Printify Premium is $25 a month, but I'll show you how to actually get that for free later. Now with print-on-demand products, I usually aim for about 30% margin. So let's see how much we can actually make with this product. So this journal is selling for $17.99 after the discount, and let's assume that they are running the discount all the time. So we got our selling price $18 and we know the cost is $6.84. Now Printify charges $3.39 to ship this to the customer, but we're not going to include that in our calculation because we're actually passing that on to the customer, which is pretty standard for these products on Etsy. And then we're also going to take out the Etsy listing fee and the transaction fee, and we're left with $8, which is a 44% profit margin. And I think that's really good considering that this is based on a discounted selling price. And it's actually more than my minimum of 30%, which means that you can even run a bigger discount and still be profitable. Now keep in mind that Printify is free to use, but I want to optimize my profits. So I'm personally on this premium plan, which gives me a lower price on all their products. Premium costs $25 a month on their annual plan. But if you use the code JASON, that will get you premium for free for the next 30 days. So I've provided the link below if you want to get that. Now the biggest mistake people do when they see a listing like this is straight away copy it and expect the same results. Now, I'm not showing this for you to copy and sell that very exact same design. The purpose of me showing you this is to show you a different way of thinking. You gotta find your own niche to serve. Maybe you can create journals for those into gardening. Maybe you allow for personalization, or maybe you can even sell 2 to 3 journals as a bundle. So plenty of options to explore. Now, I know these concepts make sense, but sometimes it's easier said than done. So if you're trying to start on Etsy, what's your biggest challenge? Tell me in the comments down below. What's stopping you from starting? Is it finding the right product, designing the product, or marketing the product? I personally read all the comments below, so tell me what you're struggling with and I'll try to help you. Now, the next step is how to actually create the product and make sure that everything is automated when a customer places an order. Now, I'm going to use Kittl and I'm going to show you how you can design something like this and how to easily create these beautiful looking mockups for your Etsy listing. Now, instead of creating a text from scratch, I usually like to use one of their ready-made templates and just change the text. So I'm going to click on templates here and click on covers, and you see that they've got options for journals, magazines, novels, but I'm going to choose journals. So notice that these are excellent designs. They've got pre-made designs for any product. But for this one, I want to look for something simple. Maybe something like this. It's neutral and I can put the text in the middle here. Okay, great. So let's take this one and I want this on a new canvas. Next, what I need to do is find a clever title for the journal. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT to find me this one. So I'll just give it a prompt. Give me 10 funny titles for the cover of a journal. And I've got a few ideas here. Okay, so this one looks interesting. Things I need to get done, but probably won't. So I think that's pretty funny because something humorous usually works. But when you're actually doing this, make sure you add something that calls to a specific audience. For example, teachers, nurses, athletes. So I'm just using a generic example here just to show you the process. All right, I'm going to use this one. So let's go back to Kittl and replace that text with this one. And I'm just going to adjust the text accordingly, just adjust the font, and let me resize everything so it fits the box perfectly. And you can basically change the background to any color you want. Now there's one more step to this. So Kittl also has a built-in mockup generator tool. So you can have a nice looking listing image. So you don't have to buy a separate mockup for it. So once you're finished with your design, you can just click on this t-shirt icon on the top right hand side here. And now you got a lot of options here and we're gonna go down and look for books. And they've got a few styles and you want to pick the one that Printify has. So this one looks the same. Let's click on this one and there you go. And you want to resize the image to fit the book and you're done. And that looks pretty good. Now there's an option here to adjust the colors of the book. So you can make it darker or lighter or change it to a different color. Now keep in mind, make sure that you are using a mockup that represents the actual product that your customer will get. Otherwise, you're eventually going to get in trouble with Etsy. Now, Kittl has a free account for you to play around with, but I do recommend the Pro plan, which is just $10 a month. So when you start to list your designs on Etsy, you want to get this so you get the full commercial license. And I've actually got a 50% coupon code for you. So if you're interested, you can use the code Jason to claim your 50% off. And if you want to support my channel, you can click on the link below and get your discount. So there are two ways to get traffic if you are a new seller. So one is organic traffic. So I would recommend getting your traffic from Pinterest because I think it's the best way to drive traffic to your Etsy store. Because customers on Pinterest are looking for products and solutions instead of just browsing around. They're ready to buy. The second way is using Etsy ads, which is the easiest because all you need to do is flip the switch on. You don't even have to figure out which keyword to use because Etsy will initially do everything for you. And you can start as low as $1 a day. And here's my take on Etsy ads. So I've tried Etsy ads on many different products and you're gonna hear different opinions online. So some people grow their stores to tens of thousands of dollars without having to spend a penny on ads. And some people say that you have to use Etsy to get sales. But for me, I think it depends on two major things. How good your offer is, meaning how good your listing images are, how competitive your pricing is, the reviews you have on your product, and number two, how competitive the market is. So the less competitive the market you're in, the less dependent you'll be on ads, because you have more chances to rank organically. So if I was just starting out today, I would start with $5 a day, don't touch it for a week, and assess the numbers. And my rule of thumb is if you can get 3 ROAS or above, then you can keep the ads running or even increase it. Because having 3 ROAS means that for every $1 you spend, you'll get $3 back. If you can do that consistently, I'll do that any day. Now, the biggest problem I see people have is launching too late. What do I mean by that? So you've been watching a lot of business ideas on YouTube and you finally got one that you think has a lot of potential. But then you say, I'm gonna wait until I'm not that busy at work, or when my kids get a bit older, or when the weather is perfect. Start today. Don't wait for the perfect condition to start a business. In fact, there's actually no perfect time. There's always going to be something going on in our lives. Or maybe you think that the product you're creating is not good enough. Look, I started this YouTube channel with zero experience on camera. I didn't even know where to look or where my hands should go, how to make my stories engaging. And I'm actually embarrassed to look at my first video. But I still decided to take action that day with whatever I've got and try to move forward. And I'm so glad I did. Because if you never start, you'll never know what could have been possible. So Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn, said that if you're not embarrassed by the first version of your product, you've launched too late. And even in the Bible, there's a verse that says, if you wait for the perfect conditions, you will never get anything done. So I want to leave you with one tip to help you take action. Feel the fear and do it anyway. So this is a concept by Dr. Susan Jeffers, who wrote this book with techniques on how to turn fear and indecision into power. So I know that we all have that level of fear, especially when we are stepping out of our comfort zones. But the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who live in regret are those who continue to move forward in spite of the fear. So I hope that helps you. Now, you've heard me say this before, but I'll say it again. Make your products unique. Make it stand out. And there's actually an easy way to add a unique spin to any product, and that's by offering personalization. So this is a simple thing that many people overlook, but it's something that can boost your Etsy sales if you do it right. Because what do you think Etsy is known for? It's a marketplace where people go to buy personalized items. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, do I have to manually personalize every order that comes in? That sounds like a lot of work. Well, no, because today we have an app like Hello Custom that can automate personalizations for you. So if you're offering simpler personalizations, Hello Custom will use their AI to place the custom text on the product every time an order comes in. So you don't have to do a thing. And I've provided the link down below if you want to check that out as well. Now, my advice to you is make this year count. I've got 3 more ideas that I predict will explode in 2024. These are businesses that you can start with $0, deal with no physical inventories, and can make you over $1 million. So if you want to see how that's done, click on this video here next, and I'll see you there.